Today we're going to show you how to make Pimp Me Up candle holders for your patio. Look how gorgeous they are. Stick with me and we'll get you through the steps just like that. Guys, this is going to add just another element to wherever you sit, whether it's a little round table, whether it's your big patio table, even if it's inside, because your options are endless. So let's get going and show you what you need. You can go about this two different ways. Number one, you can choose the size of the candle first, or you can choose the size of the pots. Personally, I would go with the pots first. So what we've gone with today is nice and simple, a beautiful low terracotta bowl. So we've got a larger one at the bottom, and then we want a smaller one on the inside. And as you can see, take a look here, that's where that little baby is sitting there. Now, first step that we're going to need to do is make sure we've got our potting mix right. You know what we're going to be using, our tried and tested palm peat. Remember, this is the coconut husk that's been shaved, squashed to form this block. You add it into 5 liters of water into a container and it grows. So one little block like this is going to give you 5 liters of this beautiful palm peat. So in here, I've got some good potting soil. This is about 1 5-liter bucket of potting soil. If we've got a 5 liter of potting soil, what we're going to add in is about the half, so it's 2.5 liters of our palm peat. So we're using a 2-to-1 ratio, okay? All right, mix through really nicely, guys. And the important part here is just to make sure that nothing is separate. So, of course, every pot needs a hole. Very, very important. Please, if you do buy a pot and it doesn't have a drainage hole in it, you need to drill it in there. So at the bottom of the pot, all we're going to do is add in some coarse gravel, and that just helps for the drainage level. So in we go. Give it a bit of a shake till one of those little pebbles is nicely sitting in that hole but not blocking it. All you're simply doing is adding the aggregate there so that it still allows water to go through, but not the soil particles. Next thing is, you know the step, nice and easy. Let's add in some of our soil mixture. What you want to do now is take the palm of your hand and just firm your potting soil down, and notice I've only filled it up halfway. Right. Next step, take our little pot, pop that in the middle. Beautiful. Now we can start planting up our little guys. We can at this point fill up our little pot in the middle, and we do that just to stop it from moving around. So in it goes, and this is of course to hold our candle, and if our candle burns down all the way and the wick is left there and there's a mixture of wax, well, it's not going to set your plants on fire. Right, and now we start with our plants. Now, talking about your central plants, folks, we've gone with bedding begonias. That's not the only thing that you can use. My general rule, and this is the only rule that I'm going to tell you about the planting, is stick to one plant. Don't go putting all sorts of different things in here, and you also want them to be low plants because you don't want the heat of the candle to then start affecting the plant. So choose one, and you're only going to need 8 plants. So let's get them in. Now, just a tip, when you're removing plants out of a tray, you take your forefinger, and all you're going to do is just pop it there. You see that? Because it's actually thinner at the bottom. You just pop it there. As you pop it, so it removes itself. Grab it firmly by the stem, and out it comes. As you do one, and there's a bit of a gap in between them, please fill it in as you are going along. So pop a bit of soil in and firm it down. And carry on until you get to the end. That looks gorgeous. All right, folks, now it comes down to maintenance and care. If they're in a spot that is well lit, you are only going to need to water them once a week, especially if they're begonias. If you've used impatiens, they're going to need a bit more watering. But in terms of feeding, to make sure that they're carrying on flowering, and this is with any plants that you are going to be putting in here, even if it's foliage, it's important that you give them the right nutrition. So we've got some Nutri-Feed. It's a good all-round product. Comes in this little doy pack, which works perfectly so you can seal it up afterwards. Right, we need a watering can, and in here is going to go 1 scoop of your fertilizer into 5 liters of water. Give that a stir. When you're watering, you're feeding, because you're going to do that once a week. And water till the water starts draining out the bottom of the pot. Let's take a look, see if the water's dripping out the bottom. See? That's what you want. Because now we know that the water's gone all the way through. Let this settle down a bit. Pop these back. And let's go put them in their place. Don't they look gorgeous? And all we've done is mix them up slightly with using the green leaf and then the brown leaf begonias. But remember, the only rule that you've got to stick to is use the same type of plant around the edging, and the rest is up to you. Remember, everything I've used is available at your local builders. You can shop in store or you can shop online at builders.co.za. And for more gardening inspiration, hints and tips, visit our blog or go to our YouTube channel. Get to Builders and get it done.